This video is sponsored by the gaming app Arcade. Every week you can win up to $1,000 by taking part in various beauty pageants. Download today to receive 3,000 cash to join any category of your choice. You can download Arcade from Google Play Store.
Hello kings and queens, and welcome to another session with Asian Queen. This topic was finally due. Oh my god, I should have done this topic like so many months ago. I wanted to do this topic back in March, but then a lot of things happened and I kept postponing. But finally we are here, and today we are talking about the psychology of a collector. Whew. You could see from the cover picture that my case study for today is Funke Akindele and her marriage to her ex-husband Kehinde Oloyede. They had a very brief marriage. I remember when the news came out that Funke was getting married to this man, her fans were not happy at all. And the reason for that was because the man was already married. Yeah, Funke got married to an already married man, and she became, I believe, a second wife. The marriage only went from May 2012 to July 2013. And the reason for their separation, according to Funke Akindele, was that the man had become overly controlling and even violent. Like, he wanted her to stop acting, he wanted her to just stay at home and be a wife, and she couldn't tolerate that. She said she had worked so much for her career and she would not in any way give it up. I remember very well an interview she did when she said that she would go on sets of Nollywood movies, and she would beg the directors to give her a role. Just give me a role, even if it's just the role of a girl that is passing by, or the role of the waiter, or just someone that is standing in the background, but let me prove my worth to you. And I believe that after someone has done all of this, after someone has suffered this much to achieve their dream, they will not just throw it away just because they want to answer misses. Yes, I know very well that there are many Nigerian women that would gladly throw away their career and everything just to be somebody's wife, but Funke Akindele is not one of them. So yes, she filed for a divorce and she left the marriage. She eventually met her current husband, JJC Skills, and they got married in 2016, and in December 2018 they welcomed a set of twins. Congratulations! Now let's get into the theory of this video. Polygamy. Well, the definition of polygamy is a marriage between a man or a woman and multiple men or multiple women. But in Nigeria, we only practice one type of polygamy, and that is polygyny, the marriage between one man and many women. Polyandry, on the other hand, which is the marriage between one woman and two men, is not allowed. I've never heard of a case in Nigeria where a woman married two men, but I have read about a Kenyan woman getting married to two men, and I think there was a case of an American woman who got married to two men as well, and she has 4 kids, 2 by one and 2 by the other. If she can handle them, who am I to complain? A man can get married to multiple women under religious law or cultural law. When it comes to registry, a man can only get married to one woman at the registry. Let's get into the psychology of a man who marries multiple women. When I think of a polygynist in Nigeria, it is very difficult for me to think of him as a man who is fair, because the system in Nigeria, the patriarchy, is already unfair to women who are just one, the only wife. Much less women who are co-wives of just one man. Imagine the kind of, I don't even want to imagine like the situation that happens in those kind of family. So it is really difficult for me to think of a polygynist as someone who can genuinely love and cater for the women that he marries, even when he is stinky rich. To me, love and care go beyond money. Love and care is more of the kind of personal relationship that you can establish with someone. In the case of Funke Akindele, she ended up with a narcissistic man. And I'm inclined to believe that men who usually covet the idea of getting married to multiple women do have some narcissistic traits. There are different types of way that a narcissist, can act towards people. They have the desire to control, but after a while they can get fed up and dispose of you. Then there are the types that like to control and covet. I believe that a polygynist, falls into this category. They want to control as many women as possible at the same time, because their idea of a woman is that of an object that is collectible. There's a case of, for example, the Alaafin of Oyo, who likes to marry beautiful, light-skinned women. There are men, for example, who are not particular about a physical trait, but they might go for a particular type of woman. It might be like they like the woman that is very educated, or the woman that is very ambitious, or the woman that has a flourishing career, or a woman that is particularly submissive. There are also men that predilect women who don't have much going for them, because they like the idea of grooming these women to the point where the women start seeing them as their ultimate god. Despite the different type of people that a polygynist can be, the polygynist is the kind of man who believes that he is too much for a woman to handle. That is a form of narcissism. And of course, just like he thinks that women are collectible and replaceable, he sees himself as unique. He sees himself as the one that is indispensable, the necessity, the essential. I find it hard to believe though that a man like this can love. For me, it is more plausible that he likes to be loved. He likes the idea of being the one person that is wanted by these multiple women, seeing these women compete among themselves for his attention, seeing these women fight among themselves to be, his favorites. I do have a friend who is married to a man who already has 2 wives, and I wanted to know her point of view in this matter. I wanted to know why she decided to go into a polygyny, and if she had the choice of getting married to a single man instead, a man who has never been married before, who's not married, if she would make that choice again. So she said, although I support polygyny, I believe there is a right and wrong way to do it, and it all boils down to your personal values as a human being. If a wicked man or wicked woman are partners in that setting, it will be awful as other types of marriages. For every bad thing one argues about polygyny, it can be found even in monogamy. So it's funny when people in monogamous relationships turn their nose up at it. If we're up to me, polygyny will be reserved for literate, rich, kind men. What made it easy for me to decide is first because he is a polygamist. If he were a Christian monogamist, I would never marry him while he is still married, except he was already totally divorced. So here she mentions the religious aspect of it. I have not dealt with that, so I'm not going to comment on that because I will have to research on that, further in order to do a separate videos on it. I actually wish we met each other before I ever married. Wow, so this is true love. I'm so happy for her. Yes, I could. It's a conversation I have had with my husband while we were dating. I also support women who would go for that and wish it's not illegal. She shares the same view with me. Having another relationship outside us, the 3 wives, or marrying another. That argument works in monogamous relationship but doesn't apply in a polygamy. When you marry a man that practices or intends to practice polygamy, you agree to what and what not would fly in your relationship. The previous wives accepted the polygamy, meaning it wasn't their deal breaker. But I did not accept it. We have agreed that him taking another wife or even having a girlfriend outside me is equal to cheating, and I will walk. His agreement with the other 2 wives is different from the agreement he has with me. That could be because they are Muslims and have been conditioned to think like that. I don't know, but it is sweet to our relationship that he is not imposing his belief or ideas on me. You know what? I perfectly understand where she is coming from, and I can't really fault any arguments that she is putting up. This is the experience of a woman who got married to a man knowing full well that he already had 2 wives. Now, if you ask me if I would marry a man who already has a wife, my answer would be no. I couldn't deal with that kind of situation. I couldn't cope with it. I don't like crowded spaces. I'm a solo contender. If I have to be stressing myself for a relationship, I have to invest my time, my emotion, my money, my intelligence into a relationship, I want to be able to receive the same amount in return. I am not willing to have the man divide any of this into equal parts or whatever parts. No, if I'm giving you 100%, I want you 100%. I don't care for the 50% and I don't care for the 30%. Anyway, that is me. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section, and I will see you next time to discuss another topic. See you now. Bye bye.